I just want to give you guys a heads up before you get into this video. This original video was just over 1 hour, and I was going to start speeding up some of the clips here of watching this, but it just ends up being too long. So you're going to notice some parts of this video are speed up times 500 than the normal speed. And you're going to notice some clips are cut out because the stock either just went sideways or doing nothing. But I want to give you the idea of the length of this video and how long sometimes a trader is sitting waiting for his setup to come to him, and then applying his setup, and how long it can take for it to get to its target area. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, and let me know in the comments down below on what you think and what you would have done on this trade. I just want to start recording this action here on PXS. This had a spike up today. It opened at 252, spikes up to $3. $3 was resistance. Then it runs up to a high of 370. Now this recently pulled back. Now it keeps bouncing off this $3 support, bouncing up to 325 and bouncing up to 340. This has really good potential of bouncing off 3 support and running up and testing this high up here at 370 as we're about to be heading into power hour. So far this has traded 8.2 million in volume. If you look at the chart history on this on the daily, when this trades near 10 million and above, this has very good range on this, going from $2 to $9.50 with 14 million in volume, and going from $5 to $12.30 with 13 million in volume. This could easily hit over 2 million in volume this last hour of the day right here. So let's keep an eye on this and see what it does. Right now it's just consolidating. This is on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the 10-minute chart real quick. 10-minute chart looks to be U-shaping. 15-minute, same thing, U-shaping up. It's making higher lows. $3 is a mental area is holding. This is looking very prime for a breakout. It's bouncing right off the VWAP. And this is the 3-minute. I'm going to switch back to the 5-minute here real quick. This could have a really good move to it. It very well could. Is it going to eat through the bid right here? At $3. Still holding higher lows. Remember, it's that psychological level, $3. This is where patience pays. You see a lot of selling on the tape. That means currently it's got bad mojo. But that can all change in a second. You see down here on the volume bars how the selling ramped up a little bit? See how it was just all selling right here? All red. Now we're coming into buying. People are buying it now. See, it almost touched $3. It came down real fast to 301. Putting in a limit order to buy, scoops down, picks you up, and it comes right back up. And you're up 14 cents. And you're just waiting. Putting a stop loss. I put a stop loss probably just below 290 here. At 289 I would have a stop loss. With a price target of 350, selling half and testing my other half to see if it would run to break high of day. Because the high of day is up here at 370. Or you could scale out. Every 25 cents it moves up, sell. 50 cents, sell. High of day, sell. And then you got your last quarter to test and see if it breaks out to new highs. And you could just let that run. But if you're under the PDT rule, you can only sell a maximum of 2 times, I believe. Now I want to show this to you guys real time so you can see the patience you have to wait. I don't want to wait, and as it starts spiking up to 325 and it starts showing strength, buy in and chase it when I can have patience and wait for it to come down to support, establish support and test the support a couple times, building higher lows, building strength on the timeline so I can get in low and ride it up. And as it goes up, momentum starts to come in, and then that's when you have all the rookies, all the beginners chasing it and pushing you up in profit. So we just put a plan in place. We purchased here at $3, the support area, and we got our risk set at 289. I'll put it. If it breaks below 290 to 289, I'm getting out. Just like that. So I got a 10-cent risk to make 50 cents. This is a risk reward of 1 to 5. That's big. That's a big risk reward. And up here is our price target. $340. $350 and the high of day up here. I'll go off of 2 cells. We purchased 1,000 shares at $3. This is our game plan. I can't trade this today because I already took a trade. I took a trade this morning and I took a loss. I need to start working more on letting charts open up, form a pattern just like this. But it's hard to do that when you work a full-time job. It's now going on 3:20. We got 40 minutes till the market closes. This could either go up or down at this point. Any direction. But the idea is the risk reward on it is really, really good. And these are the types of setups that you want to look out for. When you hear traders talk about a 1 for 2 risk reward or a 1 for 3, this is a 1 for 5 risk reward. 10-cent risk with the 50-cent profit target up here at, or 40 cents, so a 1 for 4. I keep thinking of 50 cents up here. There's 10,000 shares right up here we got to get through. If we can get through it. And this is what the part right here where a rookie would freak out. He's seeing a lot of selling on the tape. All he's seeing is red. And he's freaking out. And he's the one that chased it right here and got in at 325. And currently he's holding and hoping. And he's down 20 cents right now. When it comes down to $3, he's down 25 cents. But as this starts to come back down to $3, we're at the break-even level. And when it starts breaking below $3, then we start losing. We got our risk right here at 290 to cut out if we cut out. Now you see we got 11,000 shares right here at $3 area. Let's see if it will hold up or will it get eaten away on the bid. No matter what, if this trade is a loser or a winner, I'm going to post it just to show an example of how we set up trades and plan trades as a trader. This is what I do or try to do. It's at 304. Once it starts, if it breaks below $3, I'll get my sell order ready. I can't get, if it starts going the wrong way, I can't get stubborn. You gotta stick to your rules. You have to. If you don't stick to your rules, you won't make it in the future. I know it sucks taking losses, but you keep those losses small and you cut them fast, those winners will make up for it. This is the 5-minute chart right here. Or the 3-minute, I'm sorry. Real quick, this is the 5-minute. It's just hanging right there. This is the patience I'm talking about. Having patience and waiting for these types of setups. You also want to correlate this with the SPY. How's the overall market doing? Is the overall market rallying into the close, or is it dropping hard and selling off? Because 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. Real quick, we'll look at the market strength just to see. Looks like it's topping out up here. Here, I'll do that. This is the SPY. I'll probably fast forward a lot of this, but even I kind of, in a way, I want to post it real time to show you the time you have to wait. But then if I make it very long, people ain't going to watch it. Even the SPY's getting tighter. You see the higher lows, but it's coming up to this resistance line up here. Right up there is the resistance. And there's the trend line on it. 310. Got 14 shares. 14,000 shares to eat up on the ask for this to go lower. Few of them just disappeared. So we got 7,000 to get through. Watch, if it does go up, watch how fast it eats through these shares. Correlated as well with the time in sales. A good thing to remember when looking at these charts, every 25 cents, $3, $3.25, $3.50, $3.75, $4 is going to act as mental support and resistance. I look at it as, okay, I got this stock. It's got $3 to $3.25. Why would I want to buy at $3.15 when it's right in the middle of $3.25 and $3? I want to make a strategy and have this strategy where I'm buying and selling around mental areas. $3, $3.25. Here comes the buying. I want it to eat through this real fast. Watch it eat through it if it starts to get going. Need buying volume to come into this. There it goes. It just ate through it. You see all these big orders coming in here on the tape. I want buyers to stack up on the bid. I want the bid to stay above. More buying coming in. Here it goes. It's going to test 325. Or it's going to shoot right past it. Seeing buying coming in. Just like that. Getting at $3. You're up 20 cents. 1,000 shares. That's 200 bucks. You're up right now. 23. It's coming up 25. It's eating through the bid. 325. We got a little seller there at 325. You see how it stopped at 325 and the tape just kept rolling? There's a heading seller right here at 325. It's going to come down, and then it's going to come back up and potentially retest 325. We want to see this hold above on the bid of 320. And while I'm in a trade, I'm not thinking about my P&L. I take my P&L off. I don't want my P&L to give me any emotions on while I'm trading. I just want to trade the chart pattern. And while it was up right there, you could have took some profits off if you wanted to lock it in. Or you could just let the chart play out and see if, it will test this 340. But this is going to pull back. It just got denied right there at 325. You see what I was talking about? That's a mental area. Keeping an eye on the ask. It came up to 325. The tape was rolling with buyers. It couldn't get through 325, so it pulled back. There was a hidden seller there with a big size. But this is going to pull back. If it has strength, it's going to pull back. It's going to recollect itself. And then it's going to come back up and retest that 325. And if they can eat up that 325 seller, then I'll move on up to the next level. And the next level is 340 because it came up right here, and this is where it got denied last time. It's hard having patience when you get in at 3 and it spikes up to 325 and you know you're up in profit in the back of your head and it's struggling right there. You can either A, lock up, and when it pulls back to this 310 area, I know it can suck because you're like, now I got this winner that's now turning into a loser. But you got to think, a stock's going to pull back. It just can't shoot straight up, 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 up. It's going to want to pull back and shoot up. The stock market moves up and down, up and down, up and down. It doesn't just go straight up, 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 up. And look at how when it started spiking right there, look at the SPY. It started to break out a little bit. Now it's pulling back. And look what this is doing. It's pulling back. Not all stocks follow what the SPY is doing, but 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. It's hanging around this 315 area, so it's pulling back. It is just recollecting itself. Now the SPY is starting to turn down a little bit. PXS coming back up to that 325. It's going to test it again. See how it just did that? Pulls back. It got denied. And it said, alright guys, we need a little bit more strength to push through this. Pulls back, takes a breather. It comes right back up to test it again. Here comes the buying. 320. That's another thing. You want volume to push into this. I'm not seeing a lot of buying going on. Like, I want the ticker tape here to be running. I don't want it to pause like this. When it pauses like this, that doesn't show strength. But if this works out and keeps spiking, this is going to be a great video. Still seeing buying coming in. Very thin though on the bid here. I don't like it when the bid gets very thin like this. I am seeing selling increase on this, on the volume bar here. If you look down here, see how it's increasing right there a little bit? But this still could, it could do anything. But to me, it's not showing strength. There's no volume pushing into this. And this whole time right now, if you don't feel comfortable with it, you're still up in profit, 18 cents. You could take it off if you wanted. And this is the part too, you've been holding on to it for a while. Your emotions are probably going to be a wreck. Because you don't want this winner to turn into a loser. And this is the hard part of holding on to it. Here it goes. See, this is the patience right here. It's going to test that 325. Is it going to break through it? Is volume going to surge into this? See how it moves up and the tape just stops moving? That's not showing strength. That's not showing strength. I would take my profit off the table right now. $230. Buying in at $3 with 1,000 shares. There it goes. 26. 28. 29. This is where all the buying comes in. You see it? 329. We had a 5,000 seller there. We couldn't eat them up. People are taking profits. It's coming back down now, and it's testing this old resistance at 324.25. We got 16,800 shares at 329. And the SPY surged up over that ascending wedge. It's the importance of knowing these patterns. You see that right there? The SPY surged up over that wedge. And you got a little surge right here up to 329. Doesn't have strength though, like I said. I wasn't seeing strength. I want the tape to be running. Just like when it was breaking out right here. You seen the tape running. That's how I want to see it when it's up near these resistance levels, but with buying. We got 15 minutes now till the market closes. You got to think too, what else is going on in the market? Is there anything else running that has attention? By now, you've had multiple times to sell at 325. Market's surging too. Look at that. Look at that textbook breakout there. Boom. This is on the 3-minute on this. See, you got another pattern right here of it making higher lows coming up to that resistance. And it failed. Kept making lower lows. Bottomed right here. Somewhat of where old support was. And from there, it just started building up. Came back up, tested it again, and broke out. That's the importance of knowing your support and resistance levels. Stocks ain't just going to run and just break through levels. Sometimes they'll hit a level, and they pull back, and they need to test it a couple times to build up that pressure to break through it. Now it's pulling back to that 315 level again. Yeah, I'm going to have to fast forward a lot of this stuff. Watch, when the SPY pulls back, it's probably going to pull back down to this resistance level. And test that as support. We got 12 minutes till the market closes. It's breaking through that 315. Now this is turning south. You can even put a trend line on this. Right here. Look at that. Bada boom, bada bang. And overall, the big picture, what's this forming? A wedge. Just as the day's about to close, it's forming a wedge. It's testing that bottom wedge more than it's touching that upper resistance wedge. So it's looking like it might fall out of it. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to put all this stuff together when doing technical analysis on charts. Doing that and looking at it in multiple time frames. That to me kind of looks like a head and shoulders. You got your shoulder right here, got your head right here, and that's a shoulder right here. That's a bearish pattern. Same thing here, kind of. You got your shoulder here, you got your head here, and you got a shoulder either here or here. That's what's just so fascinating and great about the stock market. Just aligning everything and putting everything together. And this is the 15-minute chart. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, you could clearly tell it went up here. Now it's pulling back a little bit. It's having its pullback on the 30-minute. And then on the 65-minute chart, it's looking pretty choppy. Or not choppy, toppy with these wicks right here. When I see wicks, especially at the top of the chart, that's telling me price is getting denied higher. When I see wicks on the lower end of the chart, that's telling me price is getting rejected lower. But I look at the 65-minute chart, not the 60-minute chart. The stock market's open from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. That's 6.5 hours. If you divide 6.5 hours by 60, it's not going to equal itself out. You're going to have missing data. You're going to be missing in half an hour of data. If you add an extra 5 minutes to the hour, 65 minutes, and then divide it, it'll work out. So it's 60, or actually 6.5 divided by, so there's 60 minutes in an hour. 60 times 6 is 360. Add 30 minutes, that's 390 minutes in a day. Yeah, 390 minutes divided by 60 minutes, you're going to get 6.5. And if you're looking at hourly candles, you're going to be missing a half an hour of data. If you add that extra 5 minutes and do 65 minutes divided by 390, it's going to equal out to 6. You'll get 6 candles. And you'll get all the data for the entire day. And I learned that from Brian Shannon from the book How to Read the Market Using Multiple Time Frames. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend it. I have it in the bio under this video. I have a list of all my favorite books. That's helped me a lot, and I highly recommend it. You have to read all of them. Have to if you're very interested in day trading. And look at this. Now it's falling back below. We got 5 minutes before the market closes. And it's falling back to $3. So I made a good call saying I would sell at $3.25. 1,000 shares, that's 250 bucks. Most people have to go and work a whole day at work for that. Most people. But when it gets up to that high, you're anticipating it to break out and you hold on to it. But you gotta, that's why I say you gotta be aware of everything that's going on. The times and sales was not moving. So that showed weakness to me. When I want something to break out, I want buying to be rolling through on this, eating away at the ask, the bid stacking up, blowing through resistance levels, showing strength. It didn't show any of that. What did we see? We seen the tape was standing still like this. We seen big sellers just sitting on the ask. They just kept sitting there. And we didn't see any stacking on the bid. That shows weakness. But then, the market could always trick you too. This thing could easily, the last few minutes of the day, downtrend like it is right now, and the last couple minutes just start spiking hard and just running crazy. Never underestimate the market. And what's the SPY doing? The SPY's building higher lows. SPY's closing on a great day today. So I'm going to have to edit this video, and I'm going to have to fast forward through times when I'm not talking. So I will speed it up for you guys. And just to give you an idea of how long I recorded this video, an hour and a half. I've been sitting here watching this. That's how long this video would have originally been. But now I got it ed down to what you see now. But you've seen, we put this trend line on here at the bottom. What's this doing? It pulled back and it came down and it bounced right off it. So this more than likely is going to close in this ascending wedge. We got 1 minute. Trading Learning 101. Equity market closes in 1 minute. And again, on the times and sales, when you see orange, people are selling below the bid. When you see light blue, people are buying above the ask. Red, they're buying the ask. Green, they're buying the bid. Or reverse. They could be either selling on the bid, buying on the bid, buying the ask, or selling the ask. Just remember, it takes a buyer to buy. Now the market's closed. I talk too much. So the market looked like it was closing pretty strong. After I say that, it drops a big candle right there. And my honest opinion for PXS, it's up on the day. It's up 17.5%. It's up 46 cents. But to me, this didn't close with strength. It didn't. Not enough to me that would want to swing this. Not at all. It's still in this pattern right here. But anything could happen after hours. Anything. This thing could start surging up, and next thing you know, it's at $5. But look at the daily on this. When I bring it over, this thing has been up multiple days in a row. It's been up 2 days in a row now. And it's been up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's been in play now for 10 days. The volume's still increasing on it, the buying volume that is. But let me show you something real quick. You see the long volume bars here on the chart history? Like right here. Right here we had 5 million in volume. And you can see the volume right here. Okay? So when I hover over this, look at that. 5 million in volume. And what was the range on this? 5 million in volume, it went from $1.08 to $1.75. Now you come over here, we got volume of 10 million, going from pretty much $4 to $6.50. So anything right now, this is what this is telling me, anything above 5 million in volume, that's when this can start moving. Now let's look at this one with a range of 480 to 1230. That's a big range. Holy crap. 480 to 1230. That's like a $7, $8 range with 13 million in volume. Next up, 14 million in volume. And this bad boy went from $1.90 to $9 at $8 range. So the closer this gets to 10 million, the bigger range it can have. Today, it traded 8.7 million in volume. So it didn't really get up to the 10 million in volume and above, but this still had a good range on it today. Pre-market, this was at 235, and it hits a high up here of 370. So that's a really good range right here. A really good range. And if I zoom out, you could see this has been in play for multiple days. You got to take that into consideration too when you're playing these. When you zoom out, this has been up now for for 8, 9 days. You got to think about the people who want to take profit from buying all over here, the long-term investors, the swing traders, stuff like that. That's what makes trading complicated. There's so many factors you got to put into a play, and just thinking about psychology. Where are buyers looking to buy? Where are sellers looking to sell? Where are day traders? Where are swing traders? Where are investors? You know, and you just got to practice all that stuff over and over and over again. You'll get faster and you'll get better at it. Oh, I never noticed that before. Here it'll tell me it's got what it did on the day right here, and then after hours it's got right now it's down 20 cent, down 0.64%. Leave a comment in the comment if you would have stuck with our game plan that we set up here at buying at $3 when it pulled back here, this mental support. We put our stop loss here at 290 and we put a target of 340 for profit with 1,000 shares. What would you have done? How would you have played this? Would you have taken your profit here at 325, or would you have waited for it to test this 330 level and still hold on to it? Would you have sold at any time, or when it started to downtrend, would you have sold it, or would you have been, I'm just going to swing this overnight? Give me your honest opinion. Leave it in the comment down below. And let me know what you guys are thinking, you know, and then go through and read all these comments and see what other people are saying. And be honest when you comment about this. Be honest. Read through all the comments and learn. See different perspectives on how other people see this and what they would do. That's technical analysis on PXS. It's November 1st, 2018. Market just closed a little after 4:06 p.m. Another awesome video, guys. This was a great one. So I'll get to editing this and I'll post it up on YouTube for you guys. Give me a thumbs up for this video if you guys really liked it. Leave a comment what you guys thought down below. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and join the Trading Learning 101 community, where we're a community about helping traders grow and just having this community grow and helping each other out, having fun, and just learning. I love learning, and I am always looking to learn more and more each day. Until next time, guys, be patient, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Alright, guys, later. Okay, now, welcome back. It is now the next day. Let's see what the results would have been if people would have said they would have sold it here at 325, or if they would have continued holding it and swinging it the next day. After hours, it seemed to still hold $3. But if you see here, the tighter the pattern got, it broke out of the pattern right here at $3. Continue going, and then all the way until after hours closed, this still held $3. And then the next day, this popped up here at 7:30 to 3:58. And then it fell right back down to 3:15. Market opened, spikes here, hits a high of 3:38, and then it falls right back down. And this is what it did all day today. It just faded out. This thing took a drop all the way down to 252. And then from 252, has a nice little bounce up here to the VWAP, a nice 50-cent bounce to $3, a mental area. and then today just going sideways, just slowly grinding its way back on up to this $3 level right here. This is a good example on why a lot of times I do not swing penny stocks. I simply just like to trade them during the day. I don't want to hold them overnight. They're too risky. In all honesty, these are just pieces of crap companies, either on their way out the door or they're just starting up as a company. I just want to play the day's move. That's it. So it was a good call on me to sell it when I saw weakness at 325 and locked in that profit. Yeah, it did gap up here to 358, but let's say you have a lot of shares. You're not really going to have enough time to unload those shares because after hours and pre-market, there's really no volume. And who's going to purchase your shares? And you're slowly going to watch it just decay, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt because your emotions are going to kick in, and you're going to see it was just up to 350. You're going to tell yourself, why did I get greedy? And then when it starts spiking right here a little bit, that's when you tell yourself you're going to unload it, but then you don't even end up unloading it because you think volume's going to come in and it's going to spike up to 350 and it's going to start spiking, getting momentum, and it does it and it drops back down to $3 and you're just breaking even. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Later, guys.